All right, so the next thing that I'm going to try and tackle is to try and move the wood fire boiler and move it inside the shop. Let's give this a try. That's a no-go, but everything went well. It didn't drop anything. Okay, so that was a bust. I got to put my thinking cap on and try and figure out what my next option should be. After having spent a few weeks away from Eagle Ridge, Kim, Jazz, and I were so anxious to get home. Although the drive back to North Idaho was long, the beauty surrounding us everywhere more than made up for it. Back up more.
Or carry a chainsaw with us.
Well, I've always said we need to always have a chainsaw. If worse came to worse, I do have a handsaw in the truck.
Well, and we probably could have driven over it.
Yeah, maybe. Might have given us a flat. Lots of little spikes coming out of those trees.
Yep. What do you think, Jazz?
We are back at Eagle Ridge Resort and Spa. Many of you probably didn't even know that we were gone. We took a few weeks and we left and we went on vacation. We had to get Kim to a beach, you know, she's the beach girl. So we went and did that thing, but we missed it so much here and we have so much still we want to get done that we came back a week early. Now that's telling you something. We came back a week early from Tropical Beach to come back to Eagle Ridge. It feels so good. So good to be back home. Welcome back to Mountain Beaches. I'm Norm, and we are here at Eagle Ridge and couldn't be happier. If you're new to our property, we bought this 10-acre plot in North Idaho about a year and a half ago now. And wow, time flies. In that span of time, it was just raw land. In that span of time, we've built the Barndominium. We didn't do it ourselves. We're in our 60s and we know our limitations. We hired that out. We built the Barndominium. We're living over here in our fifth wheel trailer and winter is getting really close. It's pretty cold out today. Snow in the forecast. We are just we're exactly a week before Thanksgiving. Today's a Thursday. Yesterday we drove partway, finished the drive today, and it's just beautiful. So we're getting back to chores. One of the things I'm working on right now is I'm going to start working on the driveway, getting it cleaned up. I did that a few weeks ago, but I left some big ruts. So my job today is to get rid of those ruts. We're only going to be here 4 or 5 days before we got to go back to Utah. We want to be with family for Thanksgiving, so we're going to do that, and then we'll come back up here. So here we go. I am doing the grading with the Yanmar tractor and the Land Pride land plane. It did a great job, but it left the ruts, and I was gonna get back to smoothing it out, and I just never did. That's the task for today. Get that done, and we'll see what else I can get done. Daylight hours up here are rapidly decreasing. It's going to be getting dark here early, and so we don't have a lot of sunlight during the day. While we were gone, they got the concrete scored. I don't know what they're really called. You know, they cut the expansion joints. That's what it is. They cut the expansion joints for us while we were gone, so that's pretty much done. The garage doors, they're making the new window panels for the garage doors because they didn't line up right. So they're doing that, and then they'll reinstall those. Not sure what the timeline is on those, but there's a lot going on. So let's get to it.
I'm all bundled up for a walk with Jazz, but can you see all the larch needles coming down? It looked like snow a minute ago. It was so fun. So something that I never knew before is that the larch tree sheds its needles this time of year, and it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
All right, well, I'm pretty pleased with how the driveway turned out. I only had to make a couple of passes on it, and it really improved it a lot. And then I came up here to the Barndominium. I don't remember if I showed you this or not, but I got, 4 loads of gravel, I think, of stone before we left on vacation. It's kind of the last time that they figured they could probably get up here this year. But I got stone here in front of the Barndominium. I just got it rough graded in. I was working into the dark the night before we left, and so I didn't really get a chance to do it very good. And I didn't compact it at all. I didn't track it in, and so it had some ruts in it when we got back up here. So now I want to get the plate compactor and just kind of go over all of this and set it in so that it doesn't turn into a swamp. You've seen the swamp here before. There used to be back here, there used to be a big hill, and the hill would slope and right towards the Barndominium, and all the water would just run off and pool right in front of the doors. And so you've seen it. It was a lake. Lake Eagle Ridge, one of the viewers called it. I got some gravel here. That ought to help a lot. I've got it graded. That ought to help a lot. Still needs some more work. Now I'm going to get the plate compactor and compact it down. That's going to help too. Look how good all of this looks. It's nice and compacted. It's smooth. But then right in here, that mud puddle. It's very soft. The compactor was wanting to bog down, and you can see right here. And very, very wet. I don't know if just gravel will help that, but I need the water to run off away from the building. And I've gotten a lot of that accomplished right in this area. It's coming down, and then it's stopping right in this puddle, I guess. So that's better than it was. It's not right up against the building. I think I've solved that, so that's good. But yeah, still a lot more work to do, but very happy with the progress that I made so far. That's going to need some more work, but it's better than it was, right? Look at these trees over here. Look at these. Those are spectacular. All of those yellow, orangish ones, those are larch trees, and they lose their needles every year, and they're getting ready to. Well, they're actually doing it, and at times, if the wind blows, it's almost like a snowstorm with the needles coming down. But look how beautiful that is. You can see a dusting of snow up on the mountain there, up in here. Yeah, won't be long, and that snow will be down here. Maybe even within the next few days. But today, it's beautiful. So yeah, little by little, we are making some big progress here. Every step we take is one less that we have to do. But there's a lot more to go. I'd like to get power up here. Power is kind of important. We don't have power. We don't have heat. Those are the two things that are going to stop us from being able to stay up here. But I don't know, it's getting cold. I think I'm going to go in where we've got the heat in the trailer. Warm up. Wow, what a beautiful day today. It is spectacular, amazing. Use any adjective you want, but look at that sky. It is blue, blue, blue everywhere. A few clouds off in the distance. Gorgeous day, just gorgeous. We are going to be getting snow, I think, in a few days, but today, spectacular, very cold. We're in the, I don't know. I'm not sure if we're even above freezing yet, but it's just gorgeous. I'll take it. Today, I'm starting to stage. I'm moving things from various locations on our property. And by things, I'm talking mainly our solar equipment, our inverters, our batteries, and our solar panels. And I'm going to get those moved into the Barndominium. You can see behind me right here, I've got a pallet loaded up with our inverters. We've had it tarped and covered off in the property, and now it's time to get it moved inside until we're ready to install those. So moving everything, getting it ready, because winter is getting here real close, and I need to be able to get access to these. Plus, I just want to, if we're not going to be installing them for a while, I want them out of the weather. So let's get them moved up to the barn. All right, so now we're going to go grab the batteries and get those put in the shop. I've tried as best as possible to keep everything protected and covered from the elements. Hope I did a good job. It looks pretty good. This last pallet is the solar panels. There's 36 of them. They are 455 watt bifacial solar panels, which means they have solar collection on both the front and the back. The back would bring it up to something over 500. I don't remember the exact amount. The reason we went with bifacial solar panels is because we feel like in the winter time, when there's snow on the ground, and even if there's snow on the panels, we're going to get a reflection off the snow coming back to the back side of the panels. It's going to generate some current in the panels, which is going to heat them up and melt the snow. We might get a little bit extra juice out of the panels, but our hope is that it's going to melt any snow that's on the panels, or at least start the melting process. So we'll see. They happen to have been on sale when I bought these. Gosh, I think I bought these in December, the end of December last year. So almost a year ago. And I think the mistake I've made in hindsight, at this point, I'm looking at the pallet. It's never been opened. I don't know if I have 36 broken panels in there or what. We're going to find out. I'm going to get them up to the shop, and I'm going to start opening up this pallet and taking a look at each and every one of the panels, so I'll have a clue as to what condition they're in. Yeah, that was a mistake on my part. Hey, here's one of the trees we planted. It's doing really well. That's awesome. It's hard to find them during the summer with all of the ferns growing, but this one's doing good. All right, success. We got all 3 of those pallets moved from down below on the property, bit of an echo here, up here into the Barndominium, and I'm really happy about that. Everything went well. It didn't drop anything. I was able to lift the solar panels, which I was concerned about. I need to unpack those, like I mentioned. I need to unpack that solar panels and take a look at each one, make sure that they're all good. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to try and tackle is to try and move the wood fire boiler and move it inside the shop. I just gave it a shot with forks on my tractor, couldn't lift it at all. So now I'm going to try the Kubota and see if the Mini X can lift it. I don't know. If that won't do it, then I'm probably going to have to rent a piece of equipment, heavier duty. That's the best I have right now. So I'm going to hook this chain up to the end of the arm. I took the bucket off to give a little bit more clearance. I'm going to hook this chain with a very short length to it because I don't have a lot of lift I can get out of this. That boiler is pretty tall, so I don't know if this will lift it anyway, but we're going to try. We're going to make do with what we have and see what we can get done. All right, let's give that a try, see what happens. If you notice the boiler back there, it's kind of sitting at an angle. That's because in my attempt to lift it with the tractor, all I did was push it off of the 2x4 or the 2x6 that it was sitting on one side, so it's got a little bit of a lean to it now. It's got a hook on the top, and I'm going to lift it. That's how it was loaded onto my trailer to begin with. Let's give this a try. Let's give this a try, see what we can do. close, so close. I've got it up maybe a couple inches, but I need more than that. I don't know, what do you think? Will that make a difference? I'm kind of thinking not, but it's worth a try, right? That's a no-go. I'm gonna have to find someone that has a skid steer or rent one, because that's how we got it off the trailer into this spot to begin with. I'm guessing a skid steer has better lift capacity, depending on the right one. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna have to search for, because I don't have anything that'll do it. Dang. Okay, so that was a bust. I gotta put my thinking cap on and try and figure out what my next option should be. But I want you to notice, you see the sun going behind the trees there? It's only 3:15. I guess that's one of the downsides to living this far north. And a lot of people live even further north, but this is far north for us. It gets dark early. And I remember when Kim and I were hunting for property almost 2 years ago, and we did a video on that. And we searched out, I think, like 9 different properties and didn't have success, but it was early December. And we were astonished at how early it got dark. And we were driving around and it's starting to get dark. And I said, what time is it? And Kim's like, well, I think it's only 3:30, 3:45. And it was almost blackout. So it gets dark early. Daylight is short here during the winter, but it's so beautiful. So beautiful. So the wood fire boiler is going to sit where it's sitting for a while until I can figure this one out. Putting all my equipment away, because like I just said, it's starting to get dark, but it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There's 2 pretty good sized deer just up here. I think they hear me. Try and get up here and get a view for you. They both appear to be doe. Let's see. Right up there. One of them's looking right at me. I'm not being very quiet. Kind of behind that pine tree. And there's still one. There it is. Yeah, they're both doe. Beautiful deer. It's a very brisk morning today. It's 30 degrees right now, and last night I was trying to get the wood fire boiler moved into the shop, and I just didn't have anything that would lift it. It's right about 2,500 pounds, which is what my tractor's rated for, and I could only lift it maybe an inch, and then I was done. So I have rented a skid steer in town. I'm heading into town now to pick that up. It's supposed to have a 4,000 pound lift capacity, so should be able to lift it no problem at all. Just figured now was the right time. I have time today, try and get that done. So yeah, going to pick up a skid steer. Never operated a skid steer, but I guess today's the day to learn. Got the skid steer all loaded up, heading back home. Hopefully this won't take very long to get this all taken care of. Just looking at the weather tomorrow, it is supposed to rain and snow all day long, so get this done today, get this skid steer returned, and then we'll have all our solar and the wood fire boiler all inside the shop, and we can start doing things inside. We'll pick you back up when we get back to Eagle Ridge. All right, that's the machine that hopefully will be able to lift our boiler. We'll find out soon enough. How high are the feet?
About 3 inches. Yeah, you'll have to lift it higher in order to give up this hump here. Yep.
Am I clear?
You're clear. About 2 inches. That's better. Yep.
I think that's gonna work. Right now I want to get a strap around it just to hold it while I move it. Let's get this moved into the shop. right, what else do we want to move? We've got this all day. That worked awesome.
Man, that worked great.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, money well spent. So there's good news, bad news though.
Oh, okay.
Good news, we got the job done. Bad news, now I want to buy one of these.
Well, get a few more subscribers and you might be able to do that.
Okay, there you go. Help us out. Tell your friends to subscribe. Help us build our channel, and then we can afford one of these.
Because right now, it's not in the budget.
No, it's not. We're way over budget on this project already. So, all right.
All righty.
I think that's going to end it for this video. Thanks so much for following us, for watching, for supporting us. And we really appreciate you guys. Tell your friends. Have them join us as well. And if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. It helps us immensely. Your viewing helps us. So thanks a lot. We'll catch you in the next one.